Now I'm going to be going over 3 XP grinding methods which you could do in the new Mad City Chapter 1 update, and then at the very end of the video I'm going to be telling you which one is the most effective and which one you should do for more reasons than one. Up first, we have a method which requires you to get a VIP server. As you can see right now, I'm in a server that is my private server. I'm all on my own, which is exactly what you want for this method. If you saw yesterday's video on the money grinding methods, you will know that I actually talked about private servers and how they cost 500 each, which again, rip off, because you don't even get private server commands in the private servers, so it's a bit mid. However, if you don't want to spend money on Robux and you don't want to buy the private servers yourself, all you got to do is go on over to the Mad City Discord, go over to the event center and the VIP links. There is actually a few VIP links for Mad City Chapter 1. This one right here, as you can see, the pinned comment on this video will actually have a link to the Mad City Discord, one that actually works, because apparently the one that's on the game right now doesn't work. Okay, so now you're in your private server, it's just you in the whole server, and that's like the most important part. What you want to do is you want to escape quickly by using everyone's favorite escape glitch right here, by climbing up this tree right outside next to the football field. Now basically what you want to do is you want to rob every single heist that is open. Literally just take one thing from each heist. Now I would recommend that if you have any of the moving heists, and that's the boat, the plane, or the tram, if you have any of those 3 open, you actually go ahead and rob those first. So in my case I do have the plane and the boat, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of money from each of them. Now because obviously we're trying to do this as quick as possible, you literally just need to take one bit of money. And that's because it doesn't matter how much you take from a heist, you still get the exact same amount of XP, and because we're XP grinding here, you literally want to do this in the least amount of time possible. So just take one bit of money from every heist. Obviously you want to be quick, but you don't want to be too quick to the point where you're literally just running through the lasers, because that also just defeats the whole purpose of trying to do it quick. As you can see, I've literally taken one bit from the plane right there, one bit of money right there. We're going to move on to the boat. One feature that's actually in Chapter 1 that actually got moved to Chapter 2 and is still in Chapter 1 is heist stacking, where you don't have to go back to the criminal base after every single heist, and I recommend that you use this feature to your advantage, because obviously if you end up going back to the criminal base after every heist, it just wastes time. The tram has just spawned in, so I might as well go ahead and take something from the tram whilst it's here. Like I said, your main priority in this situation would be to actually rob the moving heists, the tram, the plane, and the boat, just because those can despawn, whereas obviously the other heists, as long as you're in a private server on your own, they're going to be there forever. They're going to be open, they're going to be fine. There it is, just take one bit of money. Let's say you've just escaped the prison and neither the tram, boat, or the plane have opened. I'd recommend you always go ahead and do the pyramid, if that's the case. Always start with the pyramid, just because this one, compared to every other heist which is in the city, this one's the most out of the way and the furthest away from the criminal base. You basically want to do each heist in like an order that's actually efficient and just saves time. So pyramid to jewelry store to bank to the club to the mall, and then all the way around to the casino, because that's the closest obviously to the criminal base. That is the order that I would personally do these heists in. And then obviously in between, if either the boat, tram, or plane spawn in, I'd go ahead and I would move on to those. Obviously the vehicle you use will actually affect how long it takes you to get round to each heist. I would recommend use an air vehicle, even if it is something like the Scout, or if you got like the Cobra or the Warhawk, that's obviously even better. In this case I've literally just done one heist. I've literally just got the pyramid money right here, but let's say you've gone through every single one of the heists, you cash it in. After cashing in every heist in the game, you get 3,200 XP, and once you've done that, you want to shut down the server and rejoin it. What this does is opens up all the heists again, so you can go ahead and take one bit of money from each of the heists, and if you manage to do all of that in like 20-25 minutes every time, obviously shutting down the server, getting back in, then it takes you around 20 minutes, you'll get 9,600 XP every hour. Okay, so that's the main way to grind XP. That's the way that probably won't get you banned, whereas the next two might get you banned. For this next one, you want to become a police and just grab any gun that you want. Make your way up here to the very top and across to the SWAT building. There's a helicopter that goes right here. Now if you're in a private server, all you need to do is get an auto clicker, which you can actually get on mobile and on PC, so no excuses. Turn on the auto clicker and then keep shooting this. Every 15 seconds, you'll get 15 XP. I don't know if this is a bannable thing. I don't know if this is allowed, but it's technically a XP grinding method, so I'm including it in this video. So if you're getting roughly like 15 XP every 15 seconds, and I say 15 seconds because you have to reload your gun, and you've also got to wait for the smoke, which takes like 10 seconds every time anyway. So 15 XP every 15 seconds, and if you do it up to an hour, that'll give you 3,600 XP every hour, which you're literally getting every 20 minutes if you do the other method. Okay, and on to the final XP grinding method. Again, this one, I don't know if this one's bannable. I don't know if you can get banned from the game for doing this, but it's in the game, and it's an XP grinding method. So again, it's in the video. For this, you need an input recorder where you can record the inputs that you do on either computer or on your phone or mobile device, where you basically record you pressing E right here, and then just play it back over and over again, and you can just AFK grind. Every time you work out, it gives you 10 XP, and it lasts about 10 seconds before you can actually do it again. As you can see, if you keep jumping, okay, that was about 5 seconds, but still, 5 to 10 seconds before you can go ahead and do it again. There we go, 10 XP every time, and this will give you about 3,600 per hour, just like the plane shooting one. Those last two are pretty simple, but that is all 3 XP grinding methods. Now, if I had to pick one, which one's like the best one, I think it's pretty obvious. So if you're trying to get the most amount of XP that you can, obviously the first method where you literally get into a private server, take one bit of money from every single heist, and then just reset the server over and over again, that definitely gives you the most amount of XP per hour. And it's also not something that you could do and get banned. I don't know if the last two get you banned, but they're definitely doesn't give you a good look. If you want to get some XP like overnight, or if you just can't be bothered to put in the time and get XP, I do think that either shooting the plane or recording your inputs for the exercise XP methods, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it until you get found out. But if you're in a private server, who's gonna know? Who's gonna tell them? If I had to pick one out of those two, I'd probably pick the plane shooting one, just because I feel like it's a lot easier to set up rather than making sure that your inputs are like exact. Whereas all you have to do for the other one is just get an auto clicker and you're pretty much done. And there it is. Those are the 3 grinding methods, and the best one to level up the quickest, just basically play the game normally but in a private server and then reset the server. There it is. Hopefully this was useful. Like the video if it was, and subscribe if you want.